Hi, this is Dean Graziosi, and welcome to this week's blog. If you're new to the site, congratulations and welcome. Have a really great time here, and I mean that. Have a great time. There's so much wisdom and information and incredible people here helping you, supporting you, and here sharing their stories. So welcome, and thanks to everybody else who helps out our newbies. Okay, so a couple things. We want to go over some housekeeping issues here. Private lending, I mentioned that several weeks ago that we were working on it. We're still working on it. Wasn't as easy as I thought to put it together and find a company we really like. But here's what we have. We're approved right now. I want to test this. We're going to test private money lending literally next week in about 5 states. So what we're going to do is I'll email you if you're in the state that we're going to test to make sure this all works exactly the way I want. You know I'm particular. I care about my clients so much, and I want to protect you but offer you services that help. So in the next week, if you're in one of the cities or one of the states that we're going to test, you'll get an email just saying, hey, private money might be available to you. If it works in those 5 states, then we're going to roll it out all across the country. That's just the way we do things here at Dean Enterprises and Visionary Strategies and with the Dean Graziosi brand and our most trusted clients. So it should be exciting, should be good. So if you're in that state, let me know how the process goes. Okay, properties. I also mentioned that I was buying properties. I've been buying properties like crazy. They're getting rehab, they're getting rented, and we're going to have those available probably in the next couple weeks. I'll put a couple properties up to see if it's something you're interested in. Remember, I'm finding properties in good areas that are below fair market value, that are rented and rehabbed, that will cash flow every single month, or I wouldn't offer them to you. So they're on their way as well. Something else really important. Click below if you didn't already. On Tuesday night, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm doing a conference call. I'm going to have Matt Larson on. You know, I talk about Matt a lot. He became a good friend, but he was a machine shop worker who now is doing really well for himself. Matt made $100,000 for himself, or a little more, in January. So I want to get him on the phone, get some updates, what's exciting, what's new, what's working really hot, and I got some great things I want to share. If you've never been on a live conference call, you have to make it. They're empowering, they're teaching. It's not a pitch fest. If you're a part of the Dean Graziosi family, you know we do calls, we do training calls. We're not putting you on there to hype you up into something and sell you for an hour straight. You're going to learn a boatload. So get a pen, get a pad, and be on that call Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. All the information to register is below. Now you can call in, and you can also click the link below and listen live right here at deangraziosi.com. Just turn your speakers up and have fun. A couple other things. You know, someone else, there was a couple people mentioned, I had this on last week. Somebody said, why is Dean wearing a whistle? I don't wear this all the time, but I wear it a lot. In fact, it is a guy version of a locket. I guess that's what you'd say. I got my 2 little kids in there. So days when I feel like if I'm traveling too much or I'm away from them, I put this little locket on, and they're close to my heart. So at least you know it's not a whistle. So I figured I'd share that with you. Okay, what I was going to share with you today is a quick little thing that I shared with so many people whenever they tell me they're overwhelmed or they can't find a way to schedule everything in. And, you know, there's a lot of people really good with project management systems or using their smartphone or using their computer and time management and calendars. I have a system that pretty much has worked for everybody I've ever shared with them, and it can evolve to using your computer or using your smartphone or whatever you want to use. But I want to tell you, if you're overwhelmed, if you have a lot going on, I'm going to take a couple minutes here and share with you a strategy that has helped me maximize my time for years. And it starts with a simple yellow pad. Now, if you're a part of the Edge VIP, if you bought the Edge last year, the 2010 DVDs, you saw I probably did this exercise, but if not, it's new to you, great. Simply try this for me. If you can't find the time, if you feel like you're not getting a lot done during a day, you could get more done. You're not patting yourself on the back for things that you've accomplished for the week because you forgot you did it. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Get a yellow pad like this. I got a Sharpie, so it's a little fatter so you can see it, but basically use a pen. And I want you to draw 3 lines down the page just like this. Draw a line across the top, and I want you to put current. I'd put soon, and here I'd put eventually. Now, here's the thing. This has evolved for me over the years. I do this a little different, but this is basically how I started, with 3 columns. I've gone to 6 columns and cut them in half, and I've changed the names of these. Sometimes I put a line down here, and I put different projects. So if you're working on different houses, you could put the addresses here of what needs to get done. You know, you're rehabbing this one, you want to call buyers. Or this could be your buyer's list, your seller's list. real estate agents, whatever you want to put, you could, right? But I always did on a yellow pad, and I'll explain why in a minute. But let me just tell you how this process works. You know, I think it was Dale Carnegie said if he got 3 quality things done a day, it propelled him to massive wealth. Well, sometimes we have so many things on our plate that we get none done, or other times we're getting things done and we don't pat ourselves on the back. So let me just tell you how this system works. Currently, you put down the things that you want to get done right away, tomorrow, the next day, 3 days from now. You might put here, I want to call 5 real estate agents. I want to call 20 for rent signs to get at least 1 buyer on my list. I want to talk to 5 private money lenders. I want to try to form a partnership with XYZ. Whatever it is, things that you want to do right away should go in your current list, okay? The soon list is something that you know you want to get done, but you're not going to do it today. So you list the things that you want to work on here. You want to go find the perfect bank so when your credit improves, you can get refinanced at 80%. That goes here, and you put the things soon. And then you put eventually. Anything you can think of that you know you want to do, but you don't want to put it on your immediate list because all it's going to do is overwhelm you and have so much going on. If you just listed everything you want to do in your current list, you'd get none of them done. It's like making a New Year's resolution and listing 50 things, right? And all of a sudden you get none of them done. So here's why, and I hope this isn't confusing. I'm trying to do this quick in a blog. Here's how it works. Every single morning, you rewrite this list. Or maybe you want to do it once a week, once every 2 days, that's fine. But I literally, when I was training my brain to be efficient, I would rewrite it every morning because here's why. You would look at this list and go, wow, I didn't think I got anything done yesterday, but I can cross this one off and I can cross this one off. And what happens is you have a progression from right to left. So when you cross off a couple things you do, you pat yourself on the back and go, good job yesterday. And you rewrite the list, and guess what? A couple of these move over. And a couple of these move over to the middle. Do you see how that works? You're not overwhelming yourself with too much. It's all listed. Everything you want to do is on this page, but the most important ones go over here, and the progression just keeps going from right to left. And when you move these over, guess what? You add a couple new things to your eventually list. This has helped so many people I've shared because I don't know if you've ever woke up in the middle of the night stressed with all these different ideas, and if you write them down, you can go back to sleep. Or if you're stressed right now, there's a lot going on in your life. I will bet you anything. I'll bet you $1. If I'm wrong, put your email address down. I'll have Megan send you $1, just for principle. If you're stressed or worried about a lot right now, if you just take a yellow pad, make those 3 lines, and you put down all the things you need to do immediately, things you need to do soon, things you need to do eventually, I guarantee your stress level drops in half just like that, just for writing them down, not even accomplishing anything, because you could look at a snapshot of what's bugging you and know that it's doable, especially if it's not all in one list. And if you want, again, you can make these little notes down here and be specific, whether it's a piece of property, whether it's a buyer's list, a seller's list, you can get specific. This yellow pad has made me millions of dollars in my life because it stopped me from the craziness. You know, and now that I'm talking about Matt, because he's going to be on the call. Matt called me about 1.5 years ago, said to me, Dean, I've come so far, thank you so much, but I think I'm maxed out. He was doing like 3 deals a month, and he was so overwhelmed. He's like, there is no more time in a day. This is all I can do. I spent a week, each week for 3 or 4 weeks, just an hour call, I spent on the phone with Matt and described this process and walked him through it. It only took 3 times for me to talk to him. Matt went on to do 12, 15 deals a month, and he's less stressed now than he was when he was doing 3. Because he's more efficient. His thoughts are on paper, and he's having this system to evolve what's most important, what's coming soon, and what he's eventually doing from right to left. I hope that's a great lesson. This has changed my life. I hope it helps you, even if it's just a jump start to get you to a more organized system. I'm not good with my PDA or my little computer or my smartphone to do it. I need a visual, and I need to scratch them off and rewrite it every day. So that's the lesson. I'm Dean Graziosi. Make sure you're on that call Tuesday night. I'll talk to you soon.